You want to sleep on the ground?
Sleep on the ground, yes. Fuck it. Bit of courage, good. Italian courage.
Yes.
We'll get tequila for that one later. So, welcome to What's Worth Wearing. Today we have the fabulous, amazing, I have dubbed him the King of Soho. He may have something to say about that, but if we could just have a little bit about you, Gianluca, before we dive into all the lovely questions we have prepared for you.
The bio is that I'm obsessed with food and possibly fashion. And I always work, with my best friends are musicians or chefs. I don't know if it's a good thing, but I love all of them. So I decided to turn into this kind of passionate job up to the new job that I'm now on that is completely different. Is on the windmill in Piccadilly. There is another story, and there is another
The beast.
Yeah, the beast with a lot of arms and legs.
And depending on what level, some titties.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, many. Even many, yes.
Cool.
So, what does fashion mean to you?
Oh, good question. I would say that fashion is more something related with style. I never ever been involved in trends or what it was the last moment fashion or whatever. I have been lucky to be born in Italy and growing up in a village where the the clothing shop of the village is most like kind of church. So they bring you there when you are a child and they train you how to choose and select fabric and stuff. It's a serious question. So my grandfather was a farmer and he was spending his week all around the yards, farms and stuff. And he was fully tailored when he was going to church on a Sunday. So this is the classical thing of the Italian approach.
Where in Italy are we talking about?
Oh, yes. I'm actually the man from Le Marche, I forgot to say before. That is the region of Italy that is called Le Marche. Not pretentiously, but I was trying to bring in this country, and I'm still bringing in this country, the best of the production people and artisans of this land. There is a magic land on the east coast of Italy. So I always say in the Adriatic Sea, east coast, in between Venezia and Puglia. So we are the opposite of Tuscany. They call us the new Tuscany. I completely forget it. Tuscany it's well known, it's Florence, it's everything. We've been the landscape of the Renaissance because Urbino is the place where Raphael was born and is in Marche. But we are completely an antidote to Tuscany. We're not touristical at all. We're just kind of genuine, a little bit rough. That's why people can come to our region and have a full experience of what Italy was before the marketing of Italy. Probably.
I love that. Invite us, please.
Yeah.
She is an honorary Italian, by the way, guys. You must understand there's a deep love for all things Italian over here on the Spanish side of this conversation.
So, looking at you today, people might assume that style might cost a fortune. What do you have to say about that?
It can be, but it's not needed. I always think that you can find incredible stuff if you can source it for a decent amount of money, especially now with the vintage reusing stuff that make completely sense. I always say that you spend a lot if you buy a lot of things that you don't need. You can spend more, spend better, and keep it forever. What I'm wearing today is probably 4 years, or I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. And I didn't spend the night. I was lucky enough to work for a fashion brand, so things were coming easily. But even when I was in Italy, even now, when I pick something that I want to buy, I always find a way of the situation that I can find for a decent amount of money. The thing that I never gave up is on shoes. So on shoes, I spend money because I believe the shoes makes the difference in any kind of outfits. And it's like for bags,
As
for
you
women.
can see, shoes.
Yeah,
Jimmy too.
There's always
Quality.
a reason. Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt. My shoes are boring, guys, but if we can have a look at what's happening south of these ankles, holy shit.
That's fine.
So sorry.
We forgive you.
The top half of me is alright today, but look at the bottom of you too.
No,
Carry on.
This is the other side of the man from the market because when I came here early, I came 97, 98, another era, another millennium. I'm very old. But I was studying history of art now, not. But the concept of bringing up the man from the market in London, and then was a shop, I forgot to say, in 2016, 2018, I ran this shop that was under this concept of curator, selecting artists and people, musicians, and having in a space a kind of workshop, I mean, like a lab where you can find the best of the production. And then that shoes were the reason why I was in London, because we make shoes since the Renaissance, and we still produce for like Jimmy Choo, Manolo Blahnik, and then there are micro artisan producing all that stuff. And that's why I never had a compromise on shoes.
Mm.
No.
Fantastic.
This is the only very costly side. And if I can reunite, I mean, make a reunion of my shoes, there will be more than probably 250 pair.
Okay.
I know.
I was like 250,000, 250 pairs.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fair.
Oh my gosh.
In London now, just because of space, there are only 120.
Just under half the collection
Because
has made
you
it to
have just
London.
moved, right?
Yes.
And you had to cut on shoes
Yes.
for the new place, or why?
No. I have to move because the other place was flooded. So it was
Save the fashion
but
first.
luckily, the new place is double of the size. So, and I have a room where I put all the shoes
fantastic.
together.
Okay.
I mean, like when I can make the reunion of book and shoes together, it's my obsession. So I
Oh my
cannot
god, you
reunite.
should make a book about reuniting your shoes.
Yes, that would be a good idea. Yes. Yeah.
Table
and,
book.
and I have feeling that in Italy now, a pair of shoes, they're so fundamental, but they're there.
Okay, we're going to Italy to get shoes. Okay.
I have one question now as we're doing this. How often do you edit your wardrobe?
Oh,
Now that you
question.
have said,
L-
about
l-
cutting and all that, do you do that,
you're right.
or is very well curated?
I mean, you should ask my wife, who is very upset with me because I'm keeping stuff. I'm keeping a lot of stuff, and I'm giving as a present a lot of stuff. I'm an idiot. I never use Vinted. I never use places where it's useful to sell. But I do have stuff that I never worn in my life because I was stupid before, so I try to pile up things that.
Not stupid, inspired.
Yeah.
Stupid /
Intense.
inspired.
That's true. I will use this as my defense.
I was
At
inspired.
a certain moment, they won't trust that, but it's a good quote. I will use. No, the editing is more like. I mean, honestly, I think I haven't bought a lot since the last 5 years, to be honest. So, and even because I'm quite bored, so I don't find anything that literally say, why no, I'm investing in that. I'm going back to another thing. Now I'm going to collect some handmade shirts from a guy that I met recently who's making handmade shirts and bespoke shirts. So I spent a little bit of money on that recently because I do have a lot of suits and I want to change the way the suits would look with another kind of shirt. So that's now my thing. If I could afford, probably I would go on tailoring, but proper tailoring. That is the pricey bit. But still, you can find, even in this case, you can find a good tailor for like decent amount of money.
Yeah.
Because if you see production now, a regular suits of a brand is not less than £2,000. So if you go on a good tailor, you can find something for 2,500. Is money, but he stay with you forever. I mean, just a piece of like magic piece of tailoring. So yeah, that's the only thing. But yeah, on the editing is more what I'm doing with different periods of different things I have from. The other day I was wearing a pair of trousers that I've been wearing like for the last 10 years. And it was in a box because I moved recently. It popped out. I said, okay.
Hello.
So it came out and I used it with a very, very formal blazer. It was in the trouser. It worked very nice together. So I mean, they talk to each other. And
Yeah.
if I need to listen. So if
I love that answer because that's what I do with my clients. I always keep telling them, like, you need a new fresh pair of eyes rather than just keep buying,
100%.
like how you style
No.
things. And I'm also glad that you're saying I'm bored. That's why I don't buy anymore, because it's the same for me. That's the reason that we have actually started this project.
Great.
Because it's like so boring, nowadays that,
100%. I mean, and going to a shop now, even in London, where there's a variety. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are incredible places, but still, on an average, it's boring. I mean, it's something that you don't feel like, even if I have plenty of money, probably won't spend money on that.
Yeah.
I would focus on other thing, or traveling, or finding somewhere in the planet a place where I can find.
So, how did you come across your personal aesthetic? Was there an incident in your life that happened? A time? What was that like?
It's different layers, and they are connected with certain moments of life. As I mentioned before, when you are a child in Italy and you are lucky to be in a small village, the concept of style and fashion is related with your family all looking after you, and bring you to this shop assistant is more like literally a priest. What you talk and you go like this is incredible. The level of conversation I remember when I was a kid in the 80s, it was a magic era. And the quality of things I saw at that stage, forget it now. I mean, even in the regular shop, the quality of garments were incredible. So this was the inspiration. So nowadays, when I go to a shop and I see something in quality and fabric that costs an eye, I say, forget it. I mean, I would never even talk about that in the past when I was a kid with my family. But then things happen. So, I mean, I came from a very classical, old-fashioned family, Catholic family of a small town. So it was kind of regular. So you were following at that stage incredible trend of the 80s that were amazing. I wish I could have some pieces of that moment and be capable to wear it. It's not possible. But then, I mean, is also very much related with inspiration of people I met and work I've done. So I remember that when I came here promoting the market, not that it was more formal, but I was more related with what I was getting from my region. That means, I mean, the shoes, some kinds of blazers, some kinds of things. And then the long experience you must create my until I worked for as a general manager for a long time helped me a lot to mix and match stuff. And I've been very inspired by their vision at that stage with Fraser Moss, the original designer. There was kind of getting together the vision of underground culture and making it in a brand. It was beautiful. So I understood different cuts. I understood something that is very far from me, the reuse of military pattern that we now doing, but in the past we thought that this kind of military wasn't enough for fashion. And then when you go to a brand and you work with a brand that use this kind of pattern as and evolving there on another level, you understand the functionality and the beauty. So that was the moment when I turned a little bit more urban, and I love it, keeping my nature of being like loving a tailored blazer or good shoes. So mixing maybe a shoes that is classical on something that is more like military pattern, and then in the blazer that is more formal. So probably this stage helped me a lot. Then I mean, is everything changing because working in a theater that is DNA on burlesque, street music, and whatever, you feel you need more energy in a way. So you tend to mix accessories in a different way, and you want a little bit of more, not only colors, but more contrast and stuff to avoid to look like a security guy working in a club that can happen sometimes. And so yes, I mean it's a daily thing. And then I mean another thing that it's true that you are. I don't know where I read recently that it was a great designer to say everybody say the streets are influencing me, are inspiring me. But this is the contrary. And he was correct to say it's my brain that is speaking in the streets stuff. It's not the streets that come to my brain. It's me that I want to see that and that and that. Because the streets can be anything, or can be wrong, or can be amazing. But it's your vision that likes something, and is your perception, is your like culture in a way that select. It's like when you eat something because I mean, you come from a certain palate, certain needs, or certain tradition, or you want to break the tradition, but it's you. It's not the same because it's easy to say. I mean, streetwear is something that can give you the energy. No, it's you that you pick the streetwear because something is really awful.
Yeah, I really believe that like the energy you put behind what you're wearing is for what you're going to do. For me, anyway. So saying that the streets, I like what you're saying. Like you impact it, not it impacts you.
Everything is a message. I mean, and I don't want to waste energy communicating, and I don't want to communicate wrongly, and I don't want the people understand that I'm the person who I'm not. So I don't like when people ask me to dress in a different way because I'm in a certain environment. This to me doesn't work. It's me. If you want me, you will have me working on the environment, changing the things.
Oh, love that. Thank you very much. Over to you, Carolina.
Sorry, that's a big
No.
ego. That's a big ego.
Bring it on, bring it on.
Okay.
We
but we'll never change. So whatever is my new employer, okay. Thank you very much.
What would your younger self think if he saw the way you dress today?
Oh my God. Maybe I will have a laugh at a certain moment. I mean, a funny laugh. I mean, I don't know. That's a very good question. And I really like this question because being a kid, you can be extremely open or extremely narrow-minded. It depends a lot for what it was your environment. I mean, I wasn't grown up in London. My daughter is grown up in here, and then she probably like a different experience in the future. Me, I was pretty not static, but connecting with my family and thinking about what I'm wearing today. We say, well, that's very like interesting, but clownish maybe. So no, it's I have to be honest. So probably yes, I would be in a way amazed that it's not bad, but probably even tempted, but don't feel strong enough to be like that. Or maybe never think that I could wear something like that in the past. I was visualizing myself maybe more boring.
May I just interject, because I now realize I have an incredibly stylish Spaniard, and same for the Italian, and the South African's not doing bad besides the shoes.
Let's fight for who is
outside after this in the streets.
No,
I'll take you both on.
let's-
No, but I mean, so this always was something that frightened me before I got into my style. So I want to ask kind of the both of you. Do you think that you're more comfortable expressing your proper personal style in a country away from where you grew up? Do you feel braver here to be able to dress the
good
way that you
question.
really want?
For the answer to that question, the rest of the interview, please make your way for part 2 on our page. And as always, follow, comment, like, and enjoy the rest. Ciao.